Hi, my name is Benjamin Portnoy. I'm the Director of Marketing for Local Search for Dentists. Here is Graig Presti, the CEO of Local Search for Dentists. We're here again in Graig's backyard talking about dental marketing. And what we're going to start off with today is a fun topic, and it's got a fun name, and that is the dark side of dentistry. Now, this doesn't mean Darth Vader comes in and helps you do dentistry with his lightsaber, what this is all about. Why don't you tell us what the dark side of dentistry is?
Well, yeah, the dark side of dentistry is really the portion of the marketplace and the portion of dentists who view marketing and selling as bad or evil, and that really it has that negative connotation with it, and they're really polluting other dentists' minds with that marketing is bad, selling is bad, right? And that you shouldn't do it because
polluting their own minds.
And polluting their own minds with that, well, you shouldn't do it, and here's why you shouldn't do it, because you're not a used car salesman type of thing, and that spreads like a virus, right? That's sort of like that thing that is just it can break out through a community of dentists very, very quickly. And it's unfortunate, and it's slightly sad because it's not true, and that's why we named it the dark side of dentistry, is because that really paints a very, very dark picture of what the truth really, really is.
And what is the truth?
And the truth is that marketing and selling is a vehicle that allows you to educate and help more patients that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do without it. Mm-hmm. And I think I understand why marketing and selling gets a bad rap in the dental space. Mm-hmm. Because there are some people who do teach some tactics that are a little bit inappropriate, we'll say.
Okay.
And selling has a bad connotation to it, right? We all think of, I got to go to the car dealership and oh my gosh, I got to deal with Bobby, who's going to squeeze me into a room, and he's going to put a bunch of pressure on me, and that's bad selling.
Sure.
Right? That's bad selling. When we talk about marketing and selling for the purposes of a dental practice, is we talk about marketing and selling from an informative and education-based system that allows other folks to make decisions that they wouldn't otherwise make on their own. Because that is the crux of what selling is, right? Think about when you really made a purchase that you really enjoyed, right? You enjoyed the process, you enjoyed working and talking with the person, right? It might be a lab person that comes to your practice, it might be a vendor that works on your house, right? Think about that process and how comforting it was. And at the end, you guys exchanged money for a service.
Yeah.
He or she sold you. It didn't feel like he sold you because he or she was informative and polite, no pressure, right? That's the selling and marketing that we teach our docs how to do and that we recommend. And it's sort of like a few bad apples ruin the bunch for the rest of them.
Yeah.
And they're doing a disservice by making it such a negative thing, because the reality of that is that you get to help more people when you can market and sell to more people.
Yeah.
Look at we did another segment about implant patients and helping them change their lives. Well, without marketing and selling, they're not going to be in front of you to get a better health. It's not going to happen.
This really comes back. We've talked on these different segments a lot about changing your mindset in order to help achieve what it is that you're trying to get. And a lot of people look at marketing as this sort of isolated modular thing, and sales as this other modular disparate thing. But ultimately, it should all fall under the same umbrella, which is that people do business with those, and it's said over and over again, those they know, like, and trust.
Right.
And part of selling should be under that same umbrella, that it's really a matter of educating, that it's part of who you are. You don't need to put on your salesperson hat when it's time to tell somebody about implants,
right,
or veneers or anything else.
Right.
That this is just part of I think this would be beneficial to you, and here's why. As a patient, here's why I think this would be beneficial to you. It's your choice whether or not to take it, but it's not that I have this thing and it costs $3,000 and I want to sell it to somebody.
Right. Yeah, and you're shoving it down their throat and you're putting a bunch of pressure on them.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's important because when it comes to marketing and selling, they're a handshake, right? Marketing is the vehicle that gets the patient into your office so you can present a case to them or you can help them, right? That's marketing. Marketing is not a brochure. It's not a website. That's not marketing. Marketing is utilizing something that makes someone take action to pick up the phone or fill out a form that then they book an appointment and show up in your business. At that point, once they're in your business, that's when the selling takes place. Now, that's sort of where that you hear me say selling, and almost, I bet you the people who are watching this almost sort of like cringe a little bit when I say it. But when I say selling, I mean it in an education-based way.
Yeah.
Everyone in your practice is selling themselves, selling your business in the best light that they can, right? Everyone from the person who answers the phone to the hygienists in the operatories who are doing their jobs. They're all selling your brand, your practice. They all need to be trained on how to speak, how to say certain things. And if you're not training them, you need to be training them. Because that being said, if you listen to your hygienist today, talk to a patient. Patient may have a severe problem, right? Maybe they have a lot of decay in their mouth or maybe hopefully nothing worse than that. But if your hygienist is not doing education-based selling in an appropriate way, do they really know how bad their situation is? Do they really understand that if I let this go, it's going to be extremely painful, the treatment time is going to be longer, it's going to cost more money, and all the health issues that come along with those things? If your hygienist is not teaching them and educating them on that, which is selling, by the way, that you're doing a disservice. That patient is not going to understand. Now, there's no pressure involved in that. That's still selling, right? They're not saying, oh, if you don't leave this chair, you're going to, all these bad things, you're not trying to guilt them into it either, which is something that if you're not training your hygiene team on how to properly talk to patients, then you need to. Right. Talking about the weather and all of that's fine, but there's appropriate times to interject. Hey, we're seeing this, and it's okay. We can totally take care of everything, but you need to know about these things. Right. And without that in education-based informative selling, you're really doing a disservice to the patient. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about selling, is we're not talking about putting them in a vacuum and trying to pressurize the situation.